Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, this is definitely the first take and I haven't been talking to myself for the past half hour. Totally. And, by the way, as I didn't say earlier at all, because again, this is live and I just wasn't talking to myself for half an hour straight, apparently without none of you guys hearing me, I did cut my hair. So yeah. So now, let's start Mobile Weekly, because I haven't talked about any of these articles yet. So, yeah. Wow. All right. Let's get started. Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. And now you can hear me, and I know you can hear me, so we're all set with that. All right, let's get started with the articles that I totally am just about to go over for the first time. Jesus. Oh, man. That was like an April Fool's on myself. All right, let's get started. So, first and foremost, that's the last. All right, so first and foremost, the Galaxy S20 rollout for the update is finally finally coming out. So this is finally going to hit the US. Unfortunately for me, I have an S20 Ultra. I have not gotten it, and I did wait the 5 days that I did say I was going to for this update, and because I didn't get it, I did decide to get the S20 Plus. If you guys did check out our best screen protector for the Galaxy S20, by the way, we're giving away some of them, so please enter that giveaway, because I just got these boxes over here. I mean, just got these boxes over here. I want to give some away. So, but with this update, it is supposed to improve the camera quality. Now, quite frankly, I just didn't feel like waiting anymore. I didn't feel like waiting for that update, and so because of that reason, I did get the S20 Plus. Now, this update should help the focus, definitely, but it will never be as fast as the S20 Plus. So I'm okay with the change that I did, but this is just basically the main thing that this update is supposed to change. Now, unfortunately, this update is really only rolling out to the unlocked phones, which is very different from before. Before, you know, used to have, if the carrier phones would get the first update, obviously the carriers might be having some issues at the moment, so they might not be making over-the-air updates their top priority, but the unlocked models are getting it first, so therefore you should start seeing those updates come in. Again, the camera feature is really applicable more to the Ultra. The S20 Plus and S20 might get a bump up, but we'll have to wait and see how that all turns out. So yeah. Yes, I mentioned that the voice and still might be out of sync earlier, just because I am using a new microphone. I'm using a lapel mic now instead of over the head mic. So I haven't got the text perfectly in sync. I think it's about a millisecond or so off. So I will try to fix that. I'm trying to figure out if the voice is first or if the video is first. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. And then I can alter it, slightly tweak. Again, it's like a millisecond off. All right, then we go to the S20 features coming to the S10 and Note 10. So if you do have the S10 and Note 10, you're going to be getting 3 features from the S20. Some I find useful, some is just a rebranding, and some definitely is useful. So first and foremost, you're going to have 3 things coming to the S10 and Note 10, which the first one makes a lot of sense: single take. Single take came to the Z Flip, which again, the Z Flip was kind of a retooled S10 and A series camera. So it only makes sense that the S10 is going to be getting it, as well as the Note 10. I'm not a big fan of single take, to be quite honest. I really don't care for it. It should have been done manually, just because I really feel that for like what I want when I do that is a triple camera setup. So I just want to be able to do 3 things. I want to be able to do a wide shot, regular shot, and zoom in shot. And then, yeah, you can do a black and white, you can do a GIF, you can do whatever kind of stuff. Or you can shoot the video quality that I currently have set at and not some crappy video quality that you're shooting with. Those are the kind of things that I would just prefer, again, to be more manual than how it actually is. Pro mode for video, that is really great. I know a lot of people did miss this. So Pro mode is going to be coming to the S10 and Note 10 with this software update. And then Quick Share. Quick Share is just a rebranding of Samsung's version of AirDrop. Samsung had it built in with Samsung SmartThings, but now they're just making a separate name called Quick Share so that it confuses less people. Music Share will also be a part of that, but so yeah, so that's just going to be coming to the S10 and Note 10 later this year. Again, we'll see how long the over-the-air updates do take, so we'll see how that kind of goes. All right, then we have the LG V60, and the price point's announced. It's coming to 3 carriers, and the biggest thing for me is that at least at one carrier, it is priced what I thought it should be, and that is at $799. So this is really big overall. I'm very happy with this. $799 I feel is what the price point should be, and I really do think it will go a long way at this price point. Now at $799, it does kind of measure up to the best of the best, and with 5G enabled especially, that's going to be really a big thing for it. Now you're also going to have, does have 5G, right? Or if it doesn't, I mean, that's something, but I forgot. I thought it did have 5G. Yeah, it does. Okay. So Verizon will have 5G at least. For Verizon's, it is only going to be the millimeter wave, which is useless. So there's that. Overall, with the millimeter wave, for Verizon, it is also the most expensive at $949, which quite frankly doesn't make sense for it to be that high just because it's on Verizon. It will probably sell the least at Verizon for this reason. $799 is a great price point for this thing, and I'm waiting to them to hopefully for T-Mobile to have a trade-in, because I know they have a BOGO offer right now. I don't need 2 of them, but I'm very interested in them doing a trade-in. I wish LG would just sell it unlocked with a trade-in. I think that would be very well, because I would totally trade in my G8, or I would totally trade in my OnePlus 5G McLaren for this phone. Like, I really do think it has a lot going for it, and I'm very interested in getting it. I would recommend, if you guys want to get a more in-depth on people that have actually used it already, Juan Carlos Bagnell and TK did a video on Some Gadget Guy about this device, and they really went in depth with it. You might see a guy doing a super chat in that video, some tech guy, you know. So yeah, so it was a really fun video. I just kind of dropped in and saw like about half an hour of it. And then also check out Juan Carlos Bagnell's video on the Z20. It was the phone that I had lent him because I was really kind of curious. And it's kind of funny because both of us apparently had the same idea. Apparently he did a live stream on a chat. I don't know who was first. I would probably have to research who was first. But he said that he had thought of that Z20 idea a long time ago too. In that chat, basically, where he had said, why don't we just put a screen on the back of the phone? And of course, you guys know that I had said that a long time ago on one of my videos. I did a separate video specifically for it, and then I still did it on a live show before that. So I don't know who's first, but great minds think alike, because both of us pointed towards the Samsung camera that did that. That basically was like a selfie shooter, so it had the screen on the front as well as the back, so that you can take selfies. I do think that that's always been a better idea, and I think the Z20 again showed us how it could be done. A lot of software tweaks needed, but really good software built into it. The Z20 I think was a sleeper hit of last year, and definitely if you can get a good deal on it, I would recommend taking a look at it, because it's one of the best things out there, and I would want to test it out still with the Gcam. I didn't get to test it out with the Gcam. Maybe Some Gadget Guy will be able to, but it's a video I definitely recommend checking out. All right, then some hidden code has revealed what the prototype name is for the Galaxy Note 20, and it is Zodiac. So all this tells us is, it's more defined, it's what we're getting now, but there is a bit of bad news on that same front. Ice Universe, as well as Max W from XDA Developers, I forgot his full last name, but MetaMet Unpacked, they have both said that basically the Note 20 is looking more and more like an S20. I'm not sure it's because of everything going on in the world right now, but it really does look like that's what it will take. So that is rather disappointing. I do hope that if anything does change, that they can bring the S20 Ultra's 108 megapixel camera with the dual pixel autofocus that every Samsung has had, I think, since the S9, with that currently the S20 Plus has. I hope those two will combine. Like I really do hope those two will combine. Hopefully it will, and at least that would make the camera much better on the Note 20 than the other two S20s. All right, then again, I will be talking, if you guys want to talk about some of the stuff in terms of what's going on with the world as it relates to tech, or what do I think about it, feel free to ask that in the comment section. I want to make this a place where we can kind of talk about things, so please. And I'm going to be talking about that as it relates to tech. So we talked a lot about last week about what do I think is going to change the landscape of 2020 because of it. And now some stores are changing how they operate. So Best Buy and I believe GameStop has changed this route as well. Will no longer be letting people in stores. It's all curbside assistance. So how this happens, it just, the email I think just went out last night or this morning, if I remember correctly. And the whole idea behind it is that what Best Buy is doing is basically you're ordering online and picking up in store, and you're getting curbside assistance now. Now, here's the thing with that. With curbside assistance, even if you forgot something. So a simple example is if you bought a camera, right? I bought an SLR and I forgot to add a memory card to the cart. You are still not allowed inside. No one from the public is allowed inside the stores. But what they're doing is if that happens, you can tell them, hey, I forgot to order a memory card. And they will basically ring you up for a memory card right then and there. I'm guessing like they'll have like an iPad or some kind of terminal system with a credit card swipe so you can pay right then and there. And then they will go inside the store and get it for you and add that basically to your total. So yeah, so that's what's going to be done about it on the meantime. And obviously it's a big change, but I think it is necessary for what they want to do. And it's very interesting. I will say Best Buy and eBay, you should check out their stores right now because they have been having some really good sales on tech lately. They're usually 24-hour sales, so I haven't posted any of them because I feel like, as soon as I post them, it would be irrelevant the day after. But the whole thing about that is it's really like Amazon doesn't have any great deals right now at all because obviously Amazon's doing very well. But Best Buy, I think you're going to start to see some companies be able to do it in terms of being able to actually sell at a cheaper price point because they need to right now. So just stay tuned for that. Look at Best Buy deals every day. Look at eBay deals every day. If there's tech you're planning on buying, then it's something good. Like I almost got an elliptical machine because I used to have one. When we moved, we didn't keep it. It was old. It was making noise. It was squeaking really bad. So I almost got an elliptical machine, but I was like, it's not something I need right now. It's not something I need right now. So obviously, you should not buy something that you don't need right now, obviously. But if it is tech that you're planning on getting, like right now I'm looking for security cameras. So you better believe I'm like checking the prices to see if there's going to be some deals on it, because obviously those can go up to like $400, $500, $600, even $1,000 on some of them systems. So I'm really checking in to see how much those can be and pricing them to see like as soon as there's a good deal, maybe I'll buy it. But I would check out Best Buy and eBay right now. Those are some of the best deals I've seen in a little while. Also, I would recommend checking out slickdeals.net, the website, or Slick Deals app. That's another really good source for getting good deals right now. All right, then in a very concerning, and I feel I have to speak on this, Google cancels I/O 2020 entirely. And I have to say, I'm really kind of disappointed in Google for this. Now, what do I mean by that? Obviously, people's security is the most important thing, of course. But there are people that are doing live videos all over. And I think it falls on especially companies that have the resources to do these kind of things. It could be a much safer environment than, any of us could do, to kind of bring a form of entertainment, bring a video of half an hour, bring a video of 10 minutes, of 5 minutes for us to escape and kind of get away from it all. I know I'm watching more YouTube videos than normal, just because, yeah, I am. And, you know, I'm watching, having good times with my family at home during the weekends. Now that I got my weekends back with this new job, I'm working from home now. So it's a lot going on for sure. But, like, I mean, this could have been so simply done that I don't see why Google didn't do it. Because you could have one person set up a camera, set up the lights, set up all that kind of stuff. They leave. You have another person come in with gloves, doesn't touch anything but maybe the microphone. And they hit record and they say, you know, the video. And then another person edits that video through a cloud storage and does it. Like, it definitely could have been done safely. And I feel that, you know, maybe Google will do some videos animation-wise and everything like that and do voiceovers. But I really wish they would have kept the event just to give us something in that vein. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm not a big YouTuber by any means, but it's like I do feel kind of an obligation to do more videos. Like I'm going to be doing what you should binge watch on Disney Plus in terms of movies and TV shows this week. Those videos will be coming out this week, and I feel like I want to create more content this week. Obviously, don't get me wrong, yes, it helps my bottom dollar in terms of my income, which, you know, I kind of, I'm very worried about, as we all are, I'm sure, but that's the one thing that, you know, it's definitely, I feel like if we can give someone 5 minutes of entertainment right now, then that's great. Like if only 1,000 people watch my video, if only 500 people watch my video, if only, you know, whatever, I think it's a really cool thing that influencers should be doing right now. All right, now let's get to the comment section. And pardon me, my mouth is very dry because I've been talking for apparently about 45 minutes. All right, now let's get to your questions. If you have any questions in the comment section down below, please ask them and I will try to answer them before the end of the show. All right. So let's go through this. Why you cut your hair? So I cut my hair. And super chat donation from Quiet Storm. The hair. Oh, it's OG Ricky Throwback Sunday. LOL. Yes. So yes, I did cut my hair, and the reason is because it was getting long, which I didn't mind if I could go to a barber, but obviously I don't really feel comfortable going to a barber right now. So, you know, I cut my own hair, and I don't know how to style hair or do any of that kind of stuff. All I can do is, you know, cut this a certain length and cut the top a certain length, and that's about it. So that's what I did. I tried to make it as long as possible with my trimmer. I got a really cool one from a friend. I think it was for a birthday or something last year, but it's like a handheld one that's really cool and kind of shave it all around. And yeah, this is what the turnout was. So as long as I could make it, both my wife and my daughter looked at me. And it was funny because my son's never seen me with short hair. Obviously he's a baby, you know, going on 6 months. And he just kind of looked at me at first like, who is this man? Like, who is this guy? And then when I started making my faces and started dancing the same way and like playing with my hands the same way, there's like, oh, okay, I know him. It just looks different. So I thought that was really funny. Oh, that's really cool. Samsung Pay will give you $5 to spend on their app store. That's really cool. I will check that out because, yeah, I would definitely want, obviously, you know, if you can do, I'm always so weary about spending on games. I don't like the whole free-to-play thing, and then just you pay money later. So that's pretty cool, though. If Samsung is doing a promotion like that, check out their Galaxy App Store and see if those $5 can go towards something you want. Does anyone know why, since I updated the Note 10 Plus to Android Q, my notification panel is not true black anymore, but more like grayish when in dark mode? It's probably how it's configured. Maybe what you can try doing is changing to a different theme that is more dark, dark mode, and maybe that would work. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. I don't know why it would change to grayish dark mode. Let me see my phone, if I would call this. I mean, this panel part is like where it says my Rigsby notification. That's grayish. but everything else, like this is all definitely black. So I'm not sure which part you're talking about, but that's how mine is. Wow, the hair has been cut. R.I.P. Gohan Bangs. Yes, my hair isn't like, you know, in my face anymore. Exynos update was first in Korea for the S20, yes. What's new with 5G? Pretty much the same. I mean, the whole thing about 5G, I've explained it before on the channel, but just to kind of quickly reiterate it, is that you have useless 5G, which is the fastest out there, which is millimeter wave. I call it useless because it can't go through anything. I've said this plenty of times, basically, if that white light over here was a 5G antenna, and this was my 5G smartphone, well, if I'm in front of it, I'm not getting 5G. I'm blocking it. 5G millimeter. It's the funniest thing because, you know, people are so worried about millimeter 5G hurting somebody. Millimeter can't go through anything. That's why it's so worthless. So it's like, that is one of the big things about millimeter wave. It can't go through anything. So it's worthless. If you literally, you know, put there, a cloth in between it, it would drop the signal. It's useless, in my opinion. The whole idea behind that kind of 5G, millimeter wave 5G, is that it basically will be line of sight. So my router is right there, right? My router for my room is right there. If I have a router, and then I'll probably move my laptop in this case, but my laptop's over here. So if my laptop and my router had line of sight, then if I had a 5G router and if I had a 5G laptop, it would be blazing fast speed, like blazing fast speed. And that would be awesome. But without that, it doesn't really matter. That's why they're doing it in a lot of football stadiums where it'll be in literally the center, and you can kind of, you have line of sight to everyone that way. And it's gonna be on the corners too and everything like that. But the whole idea behind millimeter wave 5G is it's worthless now. In 5 to 10 years, 10 years being more optimal, it will be beneficial. Until then though, it's not gonna be really worth anything. Right now, what you want to look for is 5G. The future of 5G in the next 2 years is going to be the mid-band. Funny enough, the one who has it right now is Sprint. Once Sprint gets acquired by T-Mobile, T-Mobile will have the low band, the mid-band, and the high-band 5Gs. Low-band 5G is slightly faster, but mainly it is more consistent connection. So I get better signal with my 5G Samsung phone and my 5G McLaren from OnePlus. I get better signal with those than I do with the regular LTE consistently. However, it's not that much faster. So mid-band is going to be more faster. It's going to be more hundreds of megabits per second. So it's going to be a lot more noticeable in terms of a faster download speed. That is what we want to get, and that is what Verizon is pushing for and AT&T is pushing for, but only Sprint and T-Mobile are going to have once the merger takes place. So AT&T and Verizon are a bit further back right now. Sorry, my throat is really parched. And yes, a whole bunch of questions have just been loading nonstop. So I think we're 3 drinks in at this point of a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Who other than Apple YouTubers are getting the iPad Pro? No new screen. Yeah. So here's the thing about I experienced my thing. I was gonna post this on Twitter. I didn't get a chance to before the video started. But here's the thing. 2 things were announced this week. And I'm just like, I don't care because I've had it for such a long time. So, 1, the iPad Pro has trackpad and mouse control. I'm like, I've been using a keyboard and a mouse with my Android tablets since 2010? 2011 maybe? I mean, it's just like I've been using that for so long. Like, it's come standard. So for me, I don't understand the hype, because I'm like, I was pissed off when I found out Apple didn't have this feature. My wife, for her work iPad, had it, and she hated working on it. And I'm just like, yeah, because Apple's useless in terms of, actually getting work done, like Excel work, report work, and all that kind of stuff. And so she was like, can I use a mouse? I'm like, yeah, you should be able to just use a Bluetooth mouse. And I realized, no, you can't. And I'm just like, well, Apple, you just suck. So yeah, that was my experience this week with iPad Pro getting so like crazy. And I'm just like, yeah, it's a $300 case that floats. They all float down here. Someone make that. I hope someone makes that. An poster with Apple kind of combinations, and like they all float here. So I think that would be hilarious. But yeah, so we have that, right? And then the other thing that was announced was the PS5 specs. And they talked for the longest time about a solid state drive. Now, this solid state drive isn't NVMe, so it's a lot faster. But I've had a solid state drive in my PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro for at least 3 years. So I'm like, yeah, I had it on my PlayStation 4. I didn't get it right at launch. I upgraded it, but I upgraded it about halfway through. And yeah, it's so much faster. And then on my PlayStation Pro, I put a terabyte solid state drive in there, and it's so much faster. So I kind of feel some kind of way about the gamer reviewers right now, because I'm not saying they're paid by Xbox, although I know one of them personally was, to go to their location and check out their stuff and all that. But I feel they favored Xbox a little bit more on that storage part, because one is proprietary, one is not. And some people were like, oh, well, Xbox just clearly has the better solution. I'm like, they are going to overcharge for that. You know that, right? Like, Xbox is going to be the higher price to expand, and they were making it seem like, well, it's easier. Yes and no. I mean, yeah, you can just plug it in, and with an NVMe, you have to screw it in probably, but it's going to be cheaper to upgrade the PS5 in terms of the built-in storage than it is the Xbox. So yeah, but yeah, so those are the two things that were announced, and I'm just like, yeah, I've been doing both these for years. Don't care. Let's see. It's Throwback Sunday. Short hair Ricky is back. I know, short hair Ricky is back. That is for sure. I'm drinking since Ricky's first take. There you go. I think the long hair was an 80s thing. Maybe it was. It was like, too soon for Note 20 leaks. Yeah, we won't get Note 20 leaks till June, probably. BETH from Florida. Hi, Beth. Anyone in here about the special with Sprint? Get an S20 for $29 a month? No, but I would definitely, if Sprint has a really good deal and you are currently a Sprint member, I would totally get whatever deal they have, just because you obviously will get T-Mobile's network after that too, and obviously they have to honor any price you get. So yeah, I would totally get any deal that Sprint has right now. Whoa, a whole bunch of more questions just loaded. I think that's the fourth one, technically. Zodiac is supposed to be the China phone W30. Really? Oh, I guess that article could have got it wrong, or maybe I misread that, but I thought that's what it was saying. Could be interesting. Do you know... Again, I don't know the special specifically of Sprint, so yeah. Everyone should live stream events nowadays. Yeah, I think so. I'm glad you can at least work from home. Yeah, with my new job, I am able to work from home, so I'm very happy about that. Best Buy is selling unlocked LG G8X for $600. V60 is $300 more. I don't care about 5G. The V60 is the V60 really worth the extra $300 compared to the G8X? I would say yeah. It depends on the person, obviously, and depends on how long you plan on keeping the phone. But I would say the V60 is worth it more for 1, the battery life, 2, the RAM is much faster, and 3, the processor is faster. I haven't gotten a chance to test out the camera quality per se, but again, if you want to learn more about it, I would definitely check out Juan Carlos Bagnell and TK's video they did. They did a live stream like an hour and a half, I believe it was. I only caught about half an hour of it. But they were answering everyone's questions on the LG V60, and I know one of the questions was comparing it to the LG G8X. So go ahead and check that out. Some gadget guy on YouTube, check out that video. WWE looks good with no crowds. At least it's something. LOL. So I've been saying this for a long time for WWE. Sorry, quick wrestling thing. For WWE, I said they should put 2 people in the audience, and it will be perfect. R-Truth and Carmella. But those 2, they have great chemistry. You put them in the audience of SmackDown and Raw, and I think the shows would do amazing, so much better. But you need some reaction, you need something like that, and I thought AEW showed them how to do it. Having 4 people, 4 bad guys, 4 good guys on the side, it does so much better that way. I think it was a much better job that AEW did compared to WWE with this crowd issues. LOL, sounds very odd to think about. Yeah. Can you do a blog on special various cell phone companies? No, I don't do blogs, so no. Will there be an unlocked LG V60 variant? I'm sure you can get it on Amazon, but LG does not sell it on their own website, which they should. If LG would sell the V60 on their own website, I think it would do so much better, especially if they had a trade-in. I would trade in like 3 devices right now for the V60. Obviously paying more, but it just like I wish that would happen. Let's see. Do you watch AEW wrestling? What is your opinion of it? I really love it. So yeah, I really love it. I'm excited for all the new things they're doing for sure. Do you think the Note 20 release will be pushed back? Thanks. Yes, I talked about that last week. It is pushed back a month. So it will be announced in August and released in September. Apple will be announced in September and be launching in October now as well. Both have been pushed back 1 month for now. Should I buy the Galaxy Buds? Oh, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Should I buy the Galaxy Buds for $90 or save up for some more money to buy the Buds Plus? Oh man, there was just a killer deal. As you guys know, the best ones I recommend always are the Jabra. I find them so much, they're the best ones. And the ears are probably the best, like it's the best all around. So the Jabras are the ones that I recommend the most, the 75Ts. And eBay had a killer deal on them the other day. I'm going to check to see if they still have that deal because it was a killer deal. It was like the 75Ts for $119, which these are brand new. I mean, yes, they're going to release, if they haven't already, release the 75T Actives, which are more waterproof instead of splash proof, but that was such a good deal. Let me see. Jabra, do they still have that deal? Ooh. Yeah, because they're normally 180. Okay, so they don't have that deal anymore, unfortunately. They do have a manufacturer refurbished one. Right now, I'm going to put it in the chat for you guys to take a look at if you want. Is it too long? I think it's too long. Hold on. Have to get a shortener. Here we go. So this is a manufacturer refurbished one, but those are going for $124. Free shipping. You get it by Wednesday. So yeah, like I said, definitely check out eBay and Best Buy for some good deals right now. You're not gonna really find any on Amazon, unfortunately, right now, just because they're doing so well. But yeah, those I would definitely recommend. If you were looking at the Galaxy Buds 2, they have the 65T Actives for $66. And again, those in my opinion are better than the Galaxy Buds. Sorry. The main thing they don't have is wireless charging though. So that's the main thing they don't have in comparison to the Galaxy Buds. Sound quality, battery life, everything is better though. Is Verizon getting the OnePlus 8? I would say plans could change because of all this stuff. They were, but I don't think that that's a given anymore now. Whoa, my mouse just froze. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. There we go. Okay. I can't find a way to assign a fingerprint to secure folder with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. Worked fine on the S10. I will look into that. I have not tried the secure folder yet, but I am currently creating my hidden features video that should debut on Friday of this week. So I will look into it before then, because that could be a really cool hidden feature for it. So let me look into that and I will let you know by next weekend. What is the best mobile apps to play while you're stuck at home? You know, it's funny. I was thinking about doing a video on that. There's definitely some good ones that I have fallen in love with and I always go back to every couple of years, play them. So I will definitely totally do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on that this week, probably this week. I'll do it. Have you gotten an update for your S20 yet? Camera fix? No, mine are not unlocked versions. They are first going to unlocked versions and they're going to the carrier version. No, I do not have Sprint. 50 first date questions. Thank you, Quiet Storm is always reminding me that it's definitely one of the best ones for sure to play. I think it's my time to do my shameless plug for 50 first date questions. Unfortunately, this app revenue has gone down this month with everything going on. So I think people aren't playing it enough. Couples aren't playing it enough. So definitely, if you have the time, which you might right now, play 50 First Date Questions. It's a great game to play with your significant other, or if you're dating a person, or if you're dating a person or meeting a person online for the first time. It's a great game to play to get to know someone and really just have a lot of fun. It's a great icebreaker, and it's really good if you're a couple. And again, you will be surprised that some of the answers for your significant other have changed. So definitely go ahead and check it out. The link's in the description down below. 50 First Date Questions available for Android and iOS. And this is the game that I made. That's why I always plug it every week. Let's see. Hopefully this isn't a spam thing. I keep seeing someone post over and over again. I really want to hear your opinions about the new deal getting a free S20. Again, I do not know anything about it, so I can't tell you anything about it. Tons of gamers on YouTube are total Xbox shills. All they see is specs and forget the games and how optimized they are for the system, how easy to develop for. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I use the heart monitor all the time on my S9. Oh, the heart monitor for the S9. Yeah, it is no longer there for the S20s. They did get rid of that. If you're in Metro right now, I don't know if Sprint will be that much better. It will be better once it has T-Mobile. But T-Mobile is better than Sprint. But again, if you get a cheaper price for Sprint, you will continue that price once T-Mobile gets there. What I would check right now is to check to see if Sprint is good in your area. Currently using the Pixel 3 XL, switching to the iPhone 12 Pro Maximilian later this year. Anyone else joining the Apple crowd? I'm curious if any of you guys feel compelled to. I don't think Apple has really offered something of a wow factor in a little bit now. They updated their cameras to match everyone else, but I don't think that they're ahead in any level in terms of their better battery and better camera, which people have been asking for years, but I don't think they've exceeded anyone. You don't seem upset with the S20 Ultra camera debacle. If it was an iPhone with that problem, you could be going nuts about it. You might be right. I would say more so it would be the way Apple would handle it. I am returning my Ultra. I don't like it. So I don't think I can say more than that. It really was not done correctly. And I've switched into the S20 Plus. I've been very happy with it. Self-tested the battery life, so that's what I'm gonna probably start doing tomorrow. But yeah, the main thing I have to remember is how to put my phone on the wireless charger. And yeah. Do you know when the ECG feature will be available for the Watch Active 2? It's already been past Q2 and still nothing. Unfortunately, I do think that's going to be delayed probably till the summer, but we'll have to wait and see. Will mini LED iPads be a big deal? I'm hearing fourth quarter this year. No, there's no chance of a new iPad coming out this year. They just released one. So no, it will not be a big deal, and no, it will not happen. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions loaded. Everybody drink. I think we're on the fifth one now. I've never really thought about doing a vlog of different specials, and honestly, I don't see myself doing it anytime in the near future. Can 75Ts be used independently? I hear they are going to come out with a firmware update to allow it. Currently, right now, the right ear can be used independently, the left ear cannot. The firmware update will allow you to use the left ear as well independently from the right. But currently, right now, you can only use the left ear without using you can only use the right ear without using the left ear. So they can be used independently, but it's the difference of it right now. Thank you for the great show. Keep up keep our minds on other things. I'm happy to do it. Happy to talk about whatever we want to talk about. Got my update for Sprint yesterday afternoon. I've been checking, believe me, every couple hours to see if I get the update for sure. Do you think you will enjoy WrestleMania this year? I will probably not, because I was going to do a get-together this year, and I don't think I'll be able to now. What's the difference between the unlocked phones and the carrier phone? Honestly, that's changed every year, because one of the biggest benefits that I used to tell people about the carrier phone is you got the updates quicker. Right now, you're getting the update quicker if you get the unlocked phone than the carrier phone. So I don't know. It's hard to say right now. But overall, I think now I would lean more towards the unlocked phone. But I have a carrier phone on my current S20 Plus. But there's not too much. It just doesn't come with bloatware. That's it. Jobber 65T active and 75T, what are the differences? Type-C charger, better case in terms of easy to open and just overall better quality. The actual size is a lot smaller and less weight on your ear while still having a better battery life. And definitely the sound quality is by far a huge upgrade, especially in bass. If you like bass music, the 75Ts were a huge upgrade compared to the 65T actives. Hey, Taylor Par69, welcome back. Hey, you see that guy, hope all is well with you and yours. I appreciate that, thank you very much. Sadly, I love my S20 Ultra. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I can't do that with the zoom. I was literally doing a camera comparison. I don't think I've said this time. I think I said this on my practice video earlier, but I was basically doing a camera shootout and had to stop because the S20 Ultra was just not taking good photos. It kept focusing in and out, and this was a low light comparison, but it frustrated me. So that's when I was like, yep, I have to go to the S20 Plus. I ordered the S20 Plus, I got it in right now. Unfortunately, I can't really go out like I was doing for the last camera comparison. So I'm kind of seeing what I can do for a camera comparison. Indoors is not the same as natural light in the day, and the low light indoors is different from low light outside. So I'm gonna try to see what I can do and try to figure out basically while being safe, of course. But yeah, so that's what I'm kind of dealing with right now for the camera comparison between all the smartphones. Do you know how to grab pictures off of my S7 to my Mac? Do Google Photos. Google Photos will do unlimited backup for all your photos, so that would be a good way to go. Hey, Cornelius, thank you so much for the Super Chat donation. What can we expect from the next Galaxy S Tab? I don't know, to be quite honest. That's a really good question. I think you're going to get a keyboard with a trackpad coming back, which Samsung did have before and went away from it for a while. So I think you're going to get that back. Other than that, I don't know what they're really going to improve on. Maybe better cameras. They already got really good battery life. I think if they can get better deals, if they can get a deal with Photoshop, that would be great. With Adobe, I think they need those kind of things. They need better deals with brand-specific manufacturers to develop software for them. So yeah. Let's see. Some people saying new iPad in Q4 this year with mini LED, but you're right, it would be too soon. However, Apple does plan to do something with mini LED refreshes, so anything is possible. Mini LED isn't ready yet, despite what people are trying to say. It's not ready yet, and all of this things with the factories is only going to delay it further. So I'll pretty much bet any so-called analyst that mini LED will not come to iPads this year easily. Oh, I have a question. Do you plan on getting a Pixel 5? Apparently, it's going to be a mid-ranger from now on. I don't believe that. I don't believe they're going to do that much of a mid-ranger. I just don't believe that Google would be that dumb. I know it's the rumor. I know it's supposed to have the 736 processor or whatever. I just don't think Google is that silly. We'll see. We still have, till November when the Pixel will come out now. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. When are foldable smartphones going to start having water resistance? I think it's as soon as next year. Water resistance is something that will come to foldables, but it takes time to waterproof everything. And they already have those caps, those T caps, like in the Samsung Galaxy Fold. So I definitely think that they could just, add rubberization around them and make it more waterproof like. But it's a lot. You have to deal with the hinge. You have to deal with everything. I think you're first going to see splash resistance before you see waterproofing. So I think that could be as soon as next year. AT&T gives you Wi-Fi calling, which you can't get on locked phone. Someone had questions about the differences. That's a really good one. So some carrier-specific features, if you do use them, like Wi-Fi calling, I guess AT&T messes with people over that. I don't know why. I get Wi-Fi calling with when I had the unlocked one for T-Mobile, but for some reason AT&T doesn't give you that, which really sucks. So check with your carrier. I would do a Google search on it basically. before you get an unlocked phone for that reason alone. Oh, well, I got the camera update, so I can't complain. I'm glad you got it, man. I'm still waiting on mine. I thought I moved a photo, my eye completely in focus, and I zoomed in and out, and you can see everything. It really is amazing how clear that focus was, for sure. MFX, thank you so much for the super chat donation. I really do appreciate it. My voice is starting to go out now at this point, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. When are you going to come out? When are they going to come out with the new Tab S7? Apparently they are in the works of it right now, so if it would come out, it would come out at the end of this year at IFA. I don't know if we're going to have IFA this year anymore, but it would come out after the Unpacked event at IFA if it does. Yeah, your phone should be able to attach to Mac. Quiet Storm is giving you a good tip, Beth, so look into that part. Why doesn't Samsung release two different size tablets? Well, they released the S series and then they released the A series. So the A series is for all their different sizes. But yeah, they used to release an S series back with the Tab S2, I think was the last one that had an 8.4 inch display. And that was the last one. They don't release those anymore. My guess is they didn't sell well, and they just keep the A series for the cheaper versions now. All right, guys, I think we will call that a show. Sorry again for the issue of being late. Apparently, I obviously alluded to this earlier on the video, but I was talking to myself for 25 minutes, so I realized you guys were like, when is he going to start? And I'm like, what? I've been going this entire time. And like, I was like waiting for, because people were commenting, but they weren't commenting on what I was talking about. So yeah, that was a fun thing for it overall. So yeah, again, if you want to transfer your photos though, just use Google Photos. It's going to be so much easier than anything you're trying to do connecting it directly. Other than that, you can use link share, which if you don't know what that is, check out our videos on it. Link share, I believe, was available on the S7. If not, then back up everything onto an SD card and then put it in your Mac and then do it that way. There's different ways to do it, but you should be fine to move everything off of there and put it on there. All right, guys, I will see you again next week. Thank you as always so much for watching. Please give that like, thumbs up if you can. And here is me with now the same haircut. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.